Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. It is Friday, and it is the weekly wrap up for week 4. I woke up this morning, and that was one of the first thoughts I had that today is day 20. Day 20. Day 20. And I thought to myself, wow, man, the past 4 weeks have gone by so fast. We're already at our 20th consecutive session. And just so you know, I have no intention of stopping when I reach a certain number. I do this every day, and I want to be here for you every day so you can have this person who's there to hold you accountable and do this discipline with you. And what are we doing here? What have we been doing for the past 4 weeks? We've gone over manifesting, we've gone over gratitude, we've gone over forgiveness. We've gone over the observer within. We have covered so many things, from why should you sit in silence and allow yourself that time each day, to all of the tools and techniques that you need on your own to go within. And yesterday we had a brilliant session. It was based on sound sessions and how to properly, safely guide somebody within during a sound session, so you really are getting a healing benefit from it. So, good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for everyone who's been watching the replays on all of my other social media outlets. And I really appreciate it. Today's the weekly wrap up. Today is all about you. It's all about you. And we're live right now on the 3 main social media outlets. And I'm really looking forward to this today, because this week, of course, I answer questions as we're going along during the week, but I dedicate Friday specifically for you, to where we can get together. I can answer your questions. And of course, we do have a meditation at the end of today's session. And I do have a specific meditation in mind for today. It's called a Light from the Heart meditation. But depending on what's going on, if anybody has any questions, that could be modified just to fit really the overall consensus. And as far as that, the questions, it's up to you. I know you're scrolling through social media right now. Some of you are at work, you're at home, you're just taking a break, you're just looking for a way to distract yourself. But this is an opportunity. I'm not asking you for anything. I don't want anything from you. I've had a diverse life, good and bad experiences. I've learned the lessons through all of them. I live as the observer, and I do, no ego, no nothing like that. I do have some really beautiful intuitive gifts, and I love to share this with you because I can provide you good insight, good guidance, and good advice. Exactly what you need to hear right now in your path. So if you are comfortable, if there's something going on in your life that you want to ask about, if it's about any of these sessions, if it's about anything in the universe, religion, politics, I don't care, relationships, whatever you have in your heart right now, whatever's on your mind that you need to let out, need guidance on, whatever the case may be, if you feel comfortable sharing it, I would be honored to read it. I really would be. And I'm looking to see if anybody types up any questions right now. And today's not going to be a long day. Usually I'm live every Monday through Friday at this time, 11 a.m. New York time. And I'm usually on, I allot an hour, but it goes anywhere from about 45 minutes to an hour. And today, if there's no questions, we'll be done in 25 minutes from now. But if anybody does have any questions, if there's something going on in your mind and your heart, now's the time to ask. Now's the time to ask. You're all scrolling through social media for cheap dopamine and to look for answers and guidance. This is your opportunity to ask specifically for you, and rather than leaving it up to the emotional Russian roulette of social media. So seriously, please, if there's something going on, let me know. In the meantime, I will tell you about this. It's spring. It's spring. We're already into the first few days of spring, and I woke up this morning and it's snowing outside. And I just went out of my little meditation studio right now into the house just to go upstairs and talk to my wife for a moment. and it's really snowing outside. There's already at least like 4 to 6 inches on my property. Like, what's going on? But anyway, it doesn't look like anybody has any questions this morning, and that's good. And don't feel bad, don't feel obligated, because you're not obligated. There's no ultimatums. Like I said, I don't want anything from you except to be here to help you find your way in and find your way through the noise and information. So honestly, if nobody's somebody, so good to see you. Right timing. Perfect. Yeah, good timing. And that's the other thing too. Thank you for the hearts, by the way. If you're scrolling through social media right now and the algorithm, you have to understand something. If you're scrolling through social media right now and the algorithm is bringing me up on your feed, there's a reason. And don't let that go by, because you know the truth. Right now, in your head, you can think of something. You can think of something you like or something you may want to buy. And in a few days, it will be popping up on your feed. You don't even have to type it, search it, or say it anymore. Think about something like a telescope. Think of something really obscure like a barbecue grill. I shouldn't say these things because now telescopes and barbecue grills will be showing up on my feed, but test it out. Do it. When you're in your house later and your phone is down, just walk around and think of some random animal, some random flower, and I guarantee you within 2 or 3 days, you will see that popping up on your screen. That's how incredible the technology is getting now. So as I was saying, good morning, Rosie, if I'm here on your feed right now, then there's a reason. There's something going on in your mind or your heart, or there's something you're searching and seeking or talking about. And perhaps I just so happen to be that thing, that song, that moment, that spontaneous thing that will give you just that perfectly logically resonating answer you need to hear right now. But as I said, there's no obligations, no obligations. You're more than welcome to contact me privately if you don't feel comfortable asking, and many of you do, and I do respond to everybody. Sometimes it may take a day or two, but I respond to every message I get. Good morning, nice to see you here. I can't see who this is, so let's see what we got here. Teresa, good morning. Good morning. Rosie, good morning. Callie, good morning on Instagram. It's so weird how it does it. Some of them kind of bunch all the text together, but I can see good here. And hey, hello, there's somebody there in the chat on YouTube. You sound very interested. Thank you, Liz, from Scotland. Scotland. I live in Illinois, the United States. I've been in Illinois for 2 years now. I'm originally from Queens, New York. But as I said, if anybody does have a question, honestly, this has nothing to do with ego. This has nothing to do with money. This has nothing to do with trying to rope you into my spiritual path. I have my own specific knowing and beliefs and the path that I follow. And this is not about me getting you to follow my path. This is about me helping you hear and sense and feel yours beyond the noise and information, beyond the fear, beyond the anxiety, beyond all of those thoughts and emotions that hold you hostage, and ultimately beyond that false identity, that version of ourselves that constantly identifies with the actions and events of the exterior world and lets that define and dictate our lives, thoughts, and next step. We're none of those things. And I like to help people break through that. How are we going to fix the world for our kids to enjoy it? You know, Teresa, that is probably one of the biggest things that I personally think about. I have videos on YouTube. I have, at this point, over 12 years now, I have about 7,000 videos online between the few apps. And on YouTube, I have a series, a two-part series. And one of the episodes is basically focused on that. The children, who they are, what they can do, and what we should allow them to do. And before I kind of answer your question, what I always find interesting, and it's happening now, you know, when we were kids, our parents and grandparents kind of always blamed everything on the younger generation. Oh, these kids today, they're lazy. They don't know what it was like during my day and blah, 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 blah. And we try to dictate and mold and hold them hostage to our ways and traditions. And we give them resistance and things when they try to do things on their own. And that's how it is. The older generation has always blamed the younger generation. And here we are today again. People are sitting here going, oh, it's the kids. They're lazy. They don't want to do this. They don't want to. We have to stop. So, the first thing that we could do for our children is get out of their way. Really get out of their way. We have to come to a point where we say, you know what? We've been doing this same thing for so long. Maybe it is time to let the fresh mind, the young mind, the new blood kind of guide and take over a little bit. And here's why. Here's why. The reason kids today, and I have a 28-year-old son, I have an 8-year-old son, and I have a 5-year-old daughter. So I'm with you. I'm with you. And when we realistically look at the condition of the planet and the way it's going to be and the economy and all these things and the division, it's scary as hell. When we know scientifically by 2050, less than 30 years from now, the surface temperatures of the planet are going to barely be able to sustain fruits and vegetables in the United States. It gets a little scary when we start thinking about it. So I'm not here to argue anybody's political or conspiracy theory beliefs. I'm going to talk about scientific fact because, all right, that's just what we're going to do. Regardless of that, what we have to do for our children now is listen to them. We have to allow them the freedom to truly be who they want. They see they're growing up in this world with incredible technology. They see the potentials of artificial intelligence and robotics and solar power and all these things. They see the potential of becoming free from being a monetary based society and living on a world that provides everything for us for free: land, air, fresh water, fruits and vegetables, and everything in between. And we are getting to a point where we can develop systems to deliver, harvest, and do all of these things without having to pay for it. So we are getting to a point where we can change society. But that old mindset wants to hold on to that world so bad. That old dominated male patriarchal, work your ass off until you're 70 years old and then die, right? And live off Social Security. Kids need to break free from that. So as a parent, what do? My kids are being educated. They have to be educated to function in just society and the world, right? So my kids are being educated. I teach my children about meditation and mindfulness, but they realistically understand the type of world that they're potentially facing in. So as a parent, as an individual, the only thing I can do is be that example. And as stupid and as silly as it sounds, I recycle. I am a vegetarian. I treat the planet like it is a part of me, and it is. We are. The earth and us and our bodies do have a symbiotic relationship. So I try to teach my children that we have to nurture this planet. My father, may he rest in peace, used to say all the time, this is not what we're supposed to be doing here. And he was right about a lot of things. He just went about expressing it the wrong way. But he used to say all the time, we're supposed to be stewards of the blue ball. We're supposed to take care of this planet rather than destroy and infect and pollute the air and water and sea and destroy the land for mortar and brick. We're supposed to nurture this planet, take care of this planet. So I try to teach my children that. I try to let them know realistically the direction the planet's going in. And, I'm like, we're trying to steer the ship in another direction, but we're going against the tide and we've got 1,000 hands pulling it the other way. And it's a tough fight, man. And I try to personally do things. I set up things, we own our home, we're trying to pay it off, the land, things like that. So God forbid something happens, my children do have a place to live and a place to be. So, there's no real solid answer, Teresa. I'm sorry. There is no definitive answer on what to do except raise your kids with love and kindness. Tell them to treat everybody and this world with the utmost care and respect. Be honest with them that humans, us, we have done so much damage to this planet that we have gotten past the tipping point. We have the only thing we can do is we can never make the planet better unless we just completely get off it or stop. But we can slow that process of decay down. And I know 2020 and COVID, controversial or not, it really for me is interesting that it happened in 2020 because 2020 represents perfect vision. When you go to the eye doctor and they say, "Oh, you have 2020 vision," that means you can see perfectly. And what did we see in 2020? What I'll read that in a minute. What did we see in 2020? We actually saw that we could stop. We can slow down almost to a grinding halt. And what was the first thing that happened when we stopped? The planet started to heal instantly. As soon as we stopped, the sky got bluer, the ocean got clearer, the birds tweeted louder. And that's no joke. It got so quiet in some places that the animals started coming out of the forest and stuff to see what was going on. The atmosphere is better. The planet instantly, and that is no joke, I'm not just making up a statement, instantly began to repair when we stopped. And even better than that, we actually saw that we can function and survive as a society in that condition. We actually also saw that if need be, the government can drop certain things and we can live and eat and have our homes and everybody can still survive, right? We saw this. And then what did we realize? Holy shit, for all these years we've been getting up and going to work, and 90% of us can do our jobs from home. So instantaneously, we saw that we can completely, globally change the way we live our lives. But no. Everyone wanted to, what was the big phrase? Go back to normal. Go back to normal when normal is what got us in this entire mess in the first place. So, Teresa, to kind of wrap up your question, I don't really know, but kind of tell your kids that 99.9% of the human perspective is completely misguided and lost. And your children should really listen within. Try to teach them to understand their emotions, their thoughts, those wants and needs. Mommy, I want that. I want that. Why can't I have that? I hear that shit every day. And like a broken record, that's not who you are. That's not what's important. Take a breath. Take a breath. That plastic object means nothing. Your brother didn't mean it. You have to really let them understand. Don't stifle them. Don't shut down those emotions. Let them express it. But find those words to logically let them know that it's still not who they are. Inside you, honey, is that beautiful twinkling little light. And that's what you are. Don't let the world trick you into believing you're all this stuff. And they know, man. Kids have that innate, beautiful connection with the world. They're very curious. They're very kind. And what's really interesting to me is I truly believe that, when we go all the way back, take away all the planets, the universes, dimensions, people, beings that have elevated to the God state, take it all away and go back to that one first awareness. That's all it was, right? It wasn't a person, a place, or a thing. It's just this nothingness, like an awareness, right? That thing evolved for so long by itself that I truly believe everything exists for two purposes. One, to kind of end the loneliness. It found a way within itself, like creating that thought within and just perceiving and believing it and letting it explode and go out from there. But it created all this to end the loneliness, but also for almost like entertainment. joy. We have this innate, you can see it in children. They have this desire just to be entertained. They want to be stimulated and entertained. But the problem is we become that and we rely on that and we depend on that. And then one day you find yourself just spending a third of your life scrolling on a phone, just looking at a bunch of nonsense, wasting insane amounts of time that you could be sitting and processing thoughts, going through thoughts, gardening, exercising, drawing, learning how to speak French, playing an instrument, all of those things that you dream and desire to become inside. And I see all the hearts this morning. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I really do. Let me roll back here. Okay, I see that, Rosie. Let me see. Let me go back here. Agree again. Agree. Hello, sir. I'm going through a Kundalini awakening. It's a very powerful thing, my friend. It's a very powerful thing. Don't resist any of it. Allow yourself that time to really let all of those things surface. And as I was just saying, remember, you are not the things that are surfacing and the experiences you're having. You are that energetic observer behind them. I totally relate to your approach being a teacher for teens. I've learned that we don't listen enough, and we don't. Fantastic answers. Thank you. Ego takes over. Ego takes over a lot, man, and that's a good way to say that, because a lot of times people aren't sure what the ego is. They think the ego is that sense of pride, which it is, because it's based on false things. But really, the ego is that part of you that pulls you into those emotional fluctuations. Think of it this way. Inside you, beyond all the nonsense, beyond all the noise and information, I like to say, we are this beautiful, perfectly humming, resonating, vibrating thing of energy. And we can access that state that I was talking about, that state of just joy and gratitude and connection, to not be so alone, because all of us, no matter who you are, where you are, we all deep inside have that kind of innate loneliness. I'm using that word a lot today, but we have this kind of almost indescribable sense of loneliness within. And that to me is like that connection to the one. So when you're inside and you're just resonating in your true energy, and then we hear in the world, you're constantly pulled. Joy, excitement, happiness, sadness, want, need, temptation, desire. We're constantly being pulled. And that's the egoic reactions. That's the exterior, the conscious mind, spontaneously reacting and interacting to just events and actions. That's all they are. And even the good things and the bad things that have happened to you, those defining moments, they literally were just an action, an event that happened, but it imprinted us, it held us, it stuck in our heads so bad that we let those emotions kind of stay with us forever. And we look at the road ahead, the world around us, and our reflection in the mirror based on the emotional state from past actions and events. So, how did you get here today? Your past, literally every single thing that you did and allowed to do, why I always say you are exactly where you meant to be, your past actions, willingly done or unknowingly, manifested your current state. Just like every single thing you are doing now or not doing is manifesting your future. Tomorrow, next week, next year, all depends on what you do now. And that's why it is insanely important to break free from that constant exterior need. Find your place home within. Let every single moment, every event of your life, good and bad, present itself. You just sit there, you breathe, You just keep observing it. You'll feel the emotions. You'll cry. You'll laugh. It'll be better than cats, I promise. But one day you'll realize, wait a second. All these things I'm feeling with these things that happen, I'm not them. I'm the observer. This thing beyond them. Those feelings are just senses and directions and guides for life. Don't go this way, go this way, things like that, right? And then you'll realize between the thoughts, there's a space in existence. And the more you do this, the more you purge out, the more you come to terms with and let go of, not forget. You'll never forget the worst thing that have ever happened to you and the best thing, and everything in between will always be there. You can only shift your perspective. And that's exactly what we did yesterday. We did a real honest to God condensed healing session, but I gave you the tools and techniques that you could go and do it on your own. And if you want to watch yesterday's, they're available. So really it comes down to doing that, my friend, spending the time with yourself, re-observing your life, shifting your perspective on the mistakes you've made, the bad things that have happened to you, realizing joy and happiness, sadness and depression are really just spontaneous emotions. They're not everlasting. You don't want to be angry forever, and you can't just be happy forever. They'd lock you up in a padded room. You wouldn't be able to take it. You want to feel and sense and understand the power that we have connected to this world and others around us, but you don't become those. You are the awareness, the observer beyond it. You were born into this world, this beautiful, open, blank, empty awareness. But everything from goo goo gaga to mama dada to your name, education, wants and needs, the clothes you wear, what you do, what you think of the world around you has all happened because of what you've experienced and because you were taught to listen to your elders, respect society, follow the law. And I'm not telling you not to do these things. I'm just telling you why you are who you think you are. But when you stare into the mirror, I want you to do this later. Stare into the mirror, go into your bathroom and spend 5 minutes in there. And just like I'm looking at the screen right now, I'll talk about that in a minute, sorry. Just like I'm looking at the screen right now, stare at yourself in the mirror, not directly in the eyes, maybe focusing between the eyes. And get about this close, to where you got a good sense of your face, and just stare at yourself. Stare at that space. Stare. You'll see the lines disappear. You'll see things move. Keep looking. You'll see things twist and turn. Keep looking. You won't recognize the 1,000 faces that you will see when you're doing that. And it's just a really fun thing for me to do, because it tells you once we stop and we focus on the present reality and we see this face, it's not who we are. It's just one face in billions on this world alone. It's what's in here. It's what's in here. And it's the connection the two of those have and the energy they project around this vessel that truly matters. Home. And it is within every single one of you. Every single one of you woke up this morning with all of this inside you. And as I said, I just want to help you find it, hear it, believe it, not second guess it, accept it, and live it, my friend. Live it. I'm painting again. That is absolutely fair. Oh, Lois, you're painting again. Lois. So for all of you who think maybe he's full of shit, Lois will tell you that I'm not. Lois is a friend of mine. She was a member of my private community that I kind of closed up because I just got to a point where it was like a once, twice a week thing, but I wanted to be here every day. And I don't feel comfortable doing things that cost people money. It's not what my point is. But Lois is an incredible soul, and she is out there living her best life and manifesting that life from within. Hi, Lois. It's nice to see you again. It is. So let's see where we are here. 10:33. It's time. Is it beginning? We begun opera at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But right now we're going to do our meditation for the morning. And we're going to stick with the light from the heart meditation. It's perfect for right now. We're talking about the inner energy deep within. And right now, you and I are going to spend a few moments together, and we're going to breathe, and we are going to expand that light from within ourselves all the way out to the deepest edges of the universe. Our energy is going to intermingle, and then we're just going to each breathe in back that beautiful energy, love, and gratitude that we all are about to share out there. We're going to relax. It's going to feel good. And I promise you, you'll be able to take this on with you for the rest of your day. All right. So, with that being said, please get yourself into a comfortable position. And generally, I say lay down, sit back. But if you can sit up today, that would be great. If not, of course, if you're lying down, if you're in a car, in the office, in the bathroom, doesn't matter. And I literally mean that. It doesn't matter where you are, you can do this anywhere, except in the supermarket, because we're going to be doing this for at least 10 to 15 minutes. And that would be a little odd just standing there in the middle of the supermarket with your eyes closed. Because I suggest all the time, when you need those moments, when you feel the emotions and thoughts getting the better of you, and you know how you said the ego takes over. And that's very true, because we could sit here and say, he's right. I need to be more mindful. The next time something happens, I have an argument, I'm going to hold myself back. I'm going to get a hold of my awareness, and I'm going to respond from that place within. And then, 2 hours later, you're in an argument and you let go, right? And then you realize afterwards, shit, thank you so much. You realize afterwards, I could have done that differently, right? So that's the ego taking over. But it is true. Because if we do practice this and do allow ourselves this type of time, you will get there. You will get there when you have that argument and you aren't pulled into somebody else's vibrational state. You maintain that beautiful energy that you are, and you just respond to them from that place. When your kids are freaking out, arguing, they're gnawing at you, you're not going to just, what? What do you want? Dad, Mom, what? And it's happened. I have fallen. I have fallen more times than I can possibly count. But I always get back up. Always get back up. You've heard that term, I've hit rock bottom, right? Or I'm at the bottom of the barrel. Well, I have become the bottom of the barrel. I have not hit rock bottom. I have been the bottom that the rock is sitting on. And I promise you, if you get back up, you will move forward. Physically, mentally, and spiritually. You cannot let life or anything or any event defeat you. It is the entire purpose. That's why I would have been a great boxer, because I would have gotten back up till I'm dead. It's the Irish and German in me. But anyway, you're in a comfortable position. You can sit up today. You can do it. If you have to lie down, that's all right. And I always say breathe comfortably. But if you can breathe in through your nose and out through your nose, that's really good. That's really a good cycle of breath. But don't worry about it. I've broken my nose many a times. It's hard to breathe sometimes, congested, deviated septums. There are 100 reasons why somebody might not be able to breathe comfortably through their nose. And all of them are okay. It's perfectly okay. So let's go over that real quick. Breathe comfortably. If you can breathe through your nose in and out, fine. If not, it's perfectly okay. Sitting. You don't have to be a Buddha statue. If you have an itch during the meditation, if you're uncomfortable, a cramp, and you just can't breathe into it or move out of it, you can scratch, alleviate it. You can stop the meditation and try it again later. You're not held hostage here. You're not held to any ultimatums. So it's okay. You close your eyes, you relax, You breathe comfortably. The one thing I ask is don't open your eyes. When we close our eyes, you can feel and sense this shift into your stillness. You really can physically feel it when you close your eyes. Don't open your eyes because we're disconnecting the camera. We're going within. It would be disruptive, like turning on a bright light in the middle of the night when you're sleeping, right? So sit comfortably. If you need to fidget, move, all that's okay. Breathe comfortably. If you can't, breathe in and out of your nose. When you hear sounds around you, if it's children, if it's traffic outside, any noise you hear, it has nothing to do with you. Nothing. Let everything just be. Don't try to force and block it out. Oh, I'm listening to him, not my child. Just let everything be as it should be. All right. You always have the mind's eye. When we're inside, we'll focus on the breath. You'll focus on my words or an affirmation, but you always have that visual space within that you can just come back and look to as well. So all sounds, let them be, and the same with thoughts. It's the biggest misconception with meditation. Everybody thinks that they have to sit still, and as soon as they have a thought, they have to try to block it and force it out. And if they have a thought and get stuck in thought and their mind wanders, oh, well, you know what? I just guess I can't meditate. Oh, I tried to meditate once. You did? And they always tell me I couldn't sit still or I couldn't stop my thoughts. I couldn't shut out my thoughts. Has nothing to do with meditation. And anyone who ever gives you that advice, block out thoughts, force out sounds, they have no idea what they're doing. And they shouldn't be even guiding a flea in meditation. No disrespect to a flea. But that's my point. So thoughts are okay. It's the entire purpose of meditation to become the observer of, to understand the emotions that you're feeling from those thoughts. Do not define and dictate your life. And one day, maybe in a month, a year, or 10 years, you'll have this moment where you go, oh my God, I get it. I'm none of this. And you'll just sink within, fold in on yourself. The universe will collapse in on itself, and you'll just realize you are the one. Okay, my friends, with that being said, into the center of the chest, as comfortable as you can, a nice big deep breath filling the lungs. Breathe in. Gently hold, rest, and relax the body. And now, like a sigh of relief, let all of that out, relaxing the body. Perfect. Again, in. Rest into the breath and letting out any more stress and tension in the shoulders, the chest. Breathing in again, bringing the awareness to the face, the forehead, the skin, the cheeks, the jaw, just relaxing the body. Exhale. Breathe on your own, of course. Don't just wait for me. If you're getting strained and tense, waiting for me to say breathe in, breathe in. Just breathe in deep breaths on your own into the center of the chest, filling the lungs, resting the body into that breath, and then exhaling fully. All of it. And breathing in. Relax. Exhale and close your eyes. Let go of controlling the breath and just take a moment. Feel that. You can feel that sense of disconnect, that stillness. You can feel the energy around you. You can hear the sounds and frequencies in the room around you. Deep within, in our sacred space, completely safe. Take a moment. I want you to begin to imagine a tiny, tiny speck of light in the center of your chest. When you breathe in, the light expands just a little. When you exhale, the light dims just a little. You breathe in again. The light begins to expand and grow just a little more. You exhale, the light dims a little more. Take a deep breath in. Begin to visualize and imagine that light filling your chest and just dimming slightly on the exhale. Breathe in again. The light begins to fill the body, the chest, the stomach, arms and head, down to the legs and feet. When you exhale, it dims just a little. Deep breath in. The light extends beyond the body, starting to fill the room around you. And you exhale, and the light dims slightly. Breathe in. In your mind, see your light from your center expanding beyond your home into the streets and beyond. Breathe. Visualize your light expanding. As we breathe in, our light extends beyond the cities, beyond our states, beyond the countries. Your light and my light begin to mix and brighten. And when we exhale, the light around our world just dims a little. Gently begin to imagine your light extending far beyond Earth, passing the moon and the planets. See your light extending beyond our solar system. And as you exhale, it dims just a little. As we continue to breathe, our light extends beyond the galaxy, reaching the furthest edges, touching all life everywhere. The light extends beyond the galaxy out into our universe, the farthest reaches. In the mind's eye, in the chest, see and feel this light expanding. Feel it dimming on the exhale and expanding even further with every inhale. Breathe with your light. As you breathe in, allow your light to extend far beyond this universe, this dimension. Allow your light to extend far beyond anything we can even conceive or perceive to be. As you draw in your next breath, begin to see the light start to come back to you just a little bit. You breathe in, the light still gets brighter. And you exhale, and the light comes back just a little bit more. We breathe in, and our light travels through the universe, touching all life. And we exhale, and it comes back even further. Breathing in, the light travels through our solar system, coming back to our world, and we can feel your light, my light, emanating from this world right now. And in this moment, we can send that intention of love, gratitude, freedom, and equality for all life everywhere. Breathe deep into the center of your chest and draw your light back in. You can feel the energy pulling in from the room into the center of the chest. Exhaling, and that light just gets a little dimmer. Deep breath in as the light is into the body. Exhaling, and it goes just a little smaller. Breathing in, the light brightens. And exhaling, and the light begins to get even smaller into the center of our chest. Take a moment. See and sense and feel and visualize your light into the center of your chest. Send the intention of love and gratitude, freedom and equality out to all life everywhere, including yourself. No resistance, no expectations. Letting all sounds and thoughts be. Just sit with your awareness. Lengthening the spine, draw a deep breath into the center of the chest. Exhale, resetting and grounding, aligning the body. Deep breath in, gently wiggling the toes and fingers. Exhaling the body. Another deep breath in, filling the body. Keeping the eyes closed and exhaling from the body fully out. Take a moment. Take a minute or two to sit on your own in silence. And when you feel comfortable, slowly open your eyes. All right. Take a moment. When you do open your eyes, just still relax. Feel and sense how that calmness is still with you. how you can take this and go forward with your day with this. Remember, the more you do this, the more you strengthen the capacity to be here in the present moment from this place of love and gratitude, freedom and equality for yourself and everyone around you. Much love to all from Germany. Thank you so much. Germany and Scotland. That's a beautiful thing. So much. Think about that. If we're all just little beacons of light on the planet, I'm in Illinois in the United States, Germany and Scotland, and wherever everybody else is, or whoever sees this in this moment, we are projecting that beautiful light out there as a community, as a collective, as the collective consciousness. And that's who and what we are. So, my friends, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Lois. Thank you very much. Awesome. It's nice to see you here today, too. It's really awesome that you were here. And everybody, remember, tomorrow's Saturday. I'm not here. No phone on the weekends. Try it sometime. It'll change your life. Put that thing down. No phone from Friday to Sunday night. We are back here Monday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's New York time, United States. I'm here. And every single video, today is the 20th day in a row. All of the replays are available immediately, instantly on Instagram, and then later on today, I upload them to YouTube and to Facebook. But now, since we're live on YouTube at the same time, this will be on YouTube in just a few minutes. So everyone, thank you. And if you'd like to join my private Facebook group, that link is in the profile, on the link tree. And when you're there, you can also download my first book for free, The Book of New Light. I uploaded the PDF to Google Drive. I just want you to have it because it truly will change your life, my friends. I hope to see you all Monday morning. Thank you for being with me here today, and you have a beautiful weekend. All right, everybody.